Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
This is the premier event in the greater Bemidji area, the Minnesota Finlandia Ski Marathon. We have a variety of events people can do. We've got a 50K skating race, we've got a 25K skating race, a 25K classical race, and a really unique race called the Pursuit, where they ski half of the race on their classical skis and the other half on their skate skis. My name's Mark Walters. I'm the Nordic ski coach at the Bemidji High School, and I've been doing this for about 10 years. And I'm also the trail administrator for all of what you see out here. We are here for our biggest race of the season locally, which is the Minnesota Finlandia Ski Marathon. I have lots of high school skiers here, past high school skiers. We have a variety of events to choose from. You can do the 25K Classic, you can do a 25-kilometer freestyle skating style event. We have a combination event called the Pursuit, where we're going to classic the east half of Buena Vista and then skate the west half. And then there's the main event, which is the 50K freestyle marathon.
Right now we're at Buena Vista Ski Area. We're standing on the cross-country trails at Buena Vista Ski Area that the Minnesota Finlandia is held at every February around President's Day. The Minnesota Finlandia is the second oldest ski race in Minnesota, and it was one of the first, what's now the American Ski Marathon Series, which is a series of races throughout the country in Alaska, Colorado, Wisconsin, which is the Birkebeiner, and others out in the East Coast. We are part of that series, in which there's 12 different events throughout the winter, and we're one of the founding members of that American Ski Marathon Series.
My goal today is to do the 25-kilometer classical ski race, and I'm going to use that as a warm-up to an event coming up next weekend, which is a big classical ski race for me. The 25K Classic is simply running the entire east side of the Buena Vista Trail system back through this transition area, through the tunnel, and then the big hilly west side and back on in.
No, I've never skied the Minnesota Finlandia. I have skied the course many a times, but I have just never had the time to do the Finlandia.
My name is Mark Morrissey. I'm the chief of course for Finlandia. I do a lot of the trail grooming out here, getting the course ready, and we try to make it a really nice experience for everybody, from the racers to the 10K tour for the first time. I'm going to ski around, try to get with some skiers and kind of get a point of view, and take some little video of techniques that the skiers use, kind of show you around the course.
Woo!
Yeah, thanks. We got a lot more snow than we've had, and so we're having a lot of fun with it this year. We had drifts like we're out in Yellowstone, so we had to work the snow down to get it fast. That's the way the skiers like it. Skiers like to go fast. So it's a joy to work with this organization. We're having a lot of fun.
Ski racers.
Hey, volunteers, wave to me! Volunteers, wave to me! Wave to me!
Yeah. And Pursuit race. Folks going into the transition area, going out with their skate skis on.
We have 5 different events. We have the Minnesota Finlandia 50K Marathon, which was the original race. We have the 25K Classic. We have a 25K skate or freestyle, and a 25K pursuit, continuous pursuit, which is a leg of classic and a leg of skate, and the Northwoods Tour. The Northwoods Tour is a 10K tour. It doesn't go the full course. It just gives people an introduction as to what the trails are looking like. They get to participate in the feed stations and go through the finish line.
For a lot of people, the beginning of this race can be a little intimidating. If you look in the background, there's the huge climb up Sunnyside, which gets you over the top of the Continental Divide. The east side, though, is very rolling and comfortable terrain to ski. Once you go through the tunnel and enter the west, there's some big climbs, some very technical descents, and that is a challenge for a lot of people. For a classical skier like myself, it's a matter of hitting the kick wax correct so that I can stay in the classical track and not slip and slide all around.
The course is very challenging. That's one thing that we continually hear from skiers from all over the world, really. It's a challenging course. It's also very beautiful and very scenic. One of the more challenging parts is skiers at one point, right out of the start, have to ski up the downhill area that Buena Vista offers. It's also a downhill area, and skiers within the first K are heading straight up the hill.
You know, we're on a very historic piece of ground here owned by the Dickinsons and this whole Buena Vista piece of land. Behind us again is the Continental Divide, which actually has flowage that goes towards the north into the whole Hudson, Winnipegish kind of region, and then into the Mississippi watershed. It's huge up there. I mean, it's one of the biggest hills here for downhill skiing, yet we have to go up it. Again, it's a huge challenge, and for the people that go around this course twice, the thought of going around and hitting that climb again is pretty intimidating. People just have to learn to pace themselves going up it because it takes about 2.5 minutes to get up it.
The pursuit race is something new within the past 6 years. We kind of found a little niche or a need for something different, and we're one of the only marathon series that has the pursuit. And what it entails is they start with the 25K Classic. They do 14K on their classic skis, then they come in and transition on the fly, and then they go and skate 12K on the other side of the course, and then finish in the same fashion. So it's a 25K altogether. The two different styles of skiing that people do at the Finlandia are, number one, classic skiing, which is basically the original type of skiing. I believe it's the Norwegians that invented it, but it's basically shushing your feet back and forth in a track that we put in the snow, and they've got what's called a kick zone in the middle of their skis that are able to grip, so you grip and then you glide. The other style is freestyle or skate, in which it's very similar to ice skating, but you got, longer skis. It's the faster way to get around the course. So skate we send out later on besides the classic. The classic takes a little bit longer, so they go out earlier.
Traditional classical skiing is the foundation of Nordic skiing. It's what most people think about. It's where we have glide wax on the tip and the tail of the ski, and then we're putting a hard wax in the center to give us kick. We need to grab the snow so we can stride forward, okay? Skating came around in the very late 1980s and pretty much dominated Nordic skiing for a good 10 or 15 years. It's just glide wax from tip to tail. It simulates maybe inline skating more than anything else, and there's no kick involved. Okay, it's just pure glide, and it's a very aggressive style of skiing. If an athlete is well versed in both, the skating will be about 10% quicker. Skate skiing actually evolved and became a discovery. It actually was a little bit of a piece of classical skiing where we started keeping one of our skis in the track and then pushing off with the other classical ski, which we refer to as the marathon skate. And then, of course, it just evolved into, well, let's just skate. Okay, and it's really changed a lot in the way we groom, how we maintain our ski trails. We're always manicuring them really flat so we have a nice, fast course.
What I think makes this race so great is the snow conditions that we have. Every year we're faced with really interesting challenges with the snow, but we always seem to pull together a fantastic course. I've got a great crew that goes out and grooms this stuff up. And the thing I hear the most from anybody coming in from either the cities or Canada is they can't believe what the trails are really like. They just don't believe it, and when they get here, they're stuck and they keep coming back every year.
Unlike a lot of ski races, because we are a lap course, meaning if you're doing the 50-kilometer event, you go around twice, there's a handful of spots that a spectator can not only just watch the start and the finish, but they get to watch transition zones in the pursuit. The skiers getting out of their classic ski, jumping into their skate ski. We've got a lap lane where the people are coming through that are going around for their second time. So visually and spectator-wise, it's very friendly as well.
I think one of the more interesting pieces to the Minnesota Finlandia would be the people. The volunteers are so gracious to spend their day out in the cold, either at the feed stations. We've got a wonderful Hall of Fame feed with tons of food. That's another thing that we hear a lot of people complimenting on is all this wonderful homemade free food. And I think the third would be the course. I think the course kind of speaks for itself. It's a challenging course, but it's also a gratifying course. When you finish, you feel like you've definitely done something.
The biggest draw to cross-country skiing is it's a lifestyle, okay? This is a very healthy sport. It's something that as long as you can walk, you can cross-country ski. It's why I enjoy coaching. My philosophy is I'm giving you a sport that beyond high school and beyond college, you can continue to do this. I ski in huge marathons next to gentlemen and ladies that are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, and they're still skiing strong. In Europe, it's not uncommon to have hundreds of people in their 70s in a big marathon. Well, a good way to get started is check into a local ski club if you have one in your community. Sometimes community ed programs have Nordic ski lessons. Just hook up with some folks that have knowledge. Take a few lessons. Like anything else, getting on the right start is the way to progress with it. Makes it a lot less frustrating, and it gets you outside in the winter.
We typically start getting going in about October or November and start getting our flyers out. If you're interested in participating, we do have online registration, and we mail out registrations in the fall to all past participants and encourage them to invite their friends. And we do a lot of advertising. A lot now with the internet, we've reached a lot more people worldwide. We do have 2 Norwegians in here in the race this year that they were pretty excited to come and ski the Finlandia. They've heard from it all the way over in Norway. For volunteers to get involved, they can email us or contact Buena Vista to get involved. We're always looking for new blood, board members, volunteers.
What people should really come to understand about the Minnesota Finlandia ski race is that it is probably one of the most relaxed, friendly ski marathons that you can come to. If you look around, you can park right here at the start, you can ski your race, you can come back, you can get into your nice warm vehicle. We do the awards right on site. We're not shuttling hundreds of thousands of people in buses back and forth. This course can easily handle 500 or 600 folks in this exact format. And it's a beautiful, beautiful course, and it's a wonderful warm-up to like the American Birkebeiner coming up next weekend and things like that. So.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.